It is hard to fathom that we're less than 2 months away from the end of the season. So now we gotta talk about the championship standings. So let's take a look at the 5 weekly divisions and their point situation heading into mid-August. Let's begin with the premier division, the SK Modifieds. Andrew Moeller's had the point lead for the vast majority of the season, and it's a pretty sizable one, 36 points over Michael Christopher Jr. and Michael Jarvis Jr. The top 5 are separated by just 54 points, with Corey DiMatteo 4th and Marcello Refrano 5th. The division has averaged over 20 to 25 cars per week. That's a 40 to 50 point swing. So Moeller is comfortable right now, but he can't afford a bad night or else everything will change. In the late models, defending champion Kevin Gambacorta has had the point lead basically since week 2, but that point lead has been dwindling slowly week by week. Now the gap is 8 points back to Paul Verrecchio Jr., who's on a streak of 4 consecutive podiums. Gambacorta had his worst finish of the year last feature with a 7th place run, while Verrecchio finished 2nd. That closed the gap a lot. Gambacorta cannot afford more of those nights, and he needs to compete back up front. He has 2 wins, but they both came within the first 3 events of the year. The SK Light Modified see Tyler Chapman hold a massive 84-point advantage over Chris Matthews. Out of 10 races, Chapman has won 5 of them, with 9 top 5s to boot. He's been consistent all year. Even with that 1 DNF, he still holds that big of a lead. But he can't get quite comfortable. We've seen huge leads in the SK Light Modifieds dissipate very quick. So with a few months left to go in the season, Chapman's got to stay on it and get that first track title. The limited late model championship scenario has gotten very interesting in the last few weeks. Matt Clemens still has the point lead, and he's had it since week 1. But Devin Jensick is only 4 points behind the 59, and don't forget Rich Hammond and Jeremy Lavoie, 32 and 34 points behind respectively. Clement has a couple wins this year, but we haven't seen him battling for podiums every week like we did last season, while Devin Jensick has scored 4 runner-ups in the last 6 features. He's the fastest car on the track on a consistent basis, but Rich Hammond has been pretty quick too. And with how big the limited late model fields have been, Clement does have the point lead still, but he's got to be careful. One bad night and that point lead is gone. And lastly, the street stocks see 5 drivers within 30 points. Travis Downey is the point leader, and he has been consistent all year long. He may not have the most wins, but his 9 top 5s surely do help. A lot of those are podiums too. He leads Travis Hydar, the winningest driver this year in this division and all time, by 22 points. Hydar's had a lot of wins, 8 out of 12, but DNFs and bad results in those other 4 races have hurt that 11 team. And don't forget Tyler Trott, Jason Lafayette, and Jeff Aslan, 24, 26, and 30 points behind Downey respectively. And a lot of these guys are ready to capitalize if the point leader has a problem. So who knows what's going to happen in August, September, and now October, because we do have an event added on October 4th thanks to all the previous rainouts. That's going to be Napa Championship night. It's time to execute when it matters most, so we'll see who comes out on top in about 2 months.